I have been waiting and waiting and waiting to play Myst 3. I am so freaking excited for this. Like, so this is the first game in the Myst series that I will actually be technically going into this blind. Because I have played a tiny bit. I remember kind of the intro sequence and like a tiny bit of like one of the puzzles, though I don't even remember the solution to it. It just involves like color telescopes. Um and that's it. Other than that, we're blind. So I have my Myst notebook right beside me. I'm ready to take some notes, ready to get into this, ready to figure out what Atrus has in store for us today. Did I read the books? I have not had a chance to read the books. I started reading the Book of Atrus, but I've only gotten a couple chapters in, and because my life has been pretty crazy and hectic the last couple months. However, I really do want to read them, and I think I will actually be reading the Book of Atrus uh as we're playing through Myst III Exile. So I'm not entirely sure how long this game is going to be. I have it currently planned for 2 streams. However, if it goes longer than that, then we will go longer than that, and I will reschedule the stuff we have next week. So yeah, I am excited. I am so excited for this. This is the one with Brad Dourif. I don't know who that is actually. Um but yeah, so just like with Chucky, Chucky's in this. Um, just like with Riven, I was looking through like the settings to kind of make sure everything was optimal, and just like Riven, we have reference sounds that we have to. Yeah, Chucky like the killer doll. We have reference sounds that we have to adjust our volume to. However, for unlike Riven, they actually like slightly upped the quality, and we actually have a volume slider in game instead of it's just saying adjust the volume of your PC, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Um, but yeah, so hopefully the volume will be okay. We can always adjust it as we go. Um, I have a feeling it will be kind of back and forth. Like some parts will be a little bit too quiet, some parts will be a little bit too loud. That's just the nature of playing an older game like this. Because I almost said Riven. Myst 3 Exile was released in 2001. So this game came out in 2001. Volume sounds good so far. Excited. How? Okay, thank you, Larry. If the volume does become too much, let me know. I'll try to pay attention to it. But you know how this brain, or how this Derg brain works by now. I get super invested and stop paying attention to actually doing my job. So one also thing is I really am excited for is the music of this game, because it was created, the music was composed by Jack Wall. This game can legally buy alcohol. That's one way to look at it. But yeah, the music in this game was composed by Jack Wall, who, if you don't know, actually the new music in Myst 3 and Myst 4 were composed by Jack Wall, which he is the composer for the Mass Effect series. The same person who composed the Mass Effect music composed the music for this game, and I'm so... It's gonna be good. I've already heard a couple tracks, and I am excited. I cannot overstate how excited I am for this game. So without any further ado, let's jump into Myst 3 Exile. Back when Ubisoft was Ubisoft.
I realized as our group linked back to Dunny that we should not restore the city as we had planned. The once magnificent buildings lay in ruin, a testament to the hatred that had consumed them. Too many people had fallen victim to that hate, to the prejudice and greed from which it sprang. Gazing out across the cavern, I decided to write another age.
Why does it say
Help the
release?
survivors begin again, free from the tragedies of their past. So with my wife, Catherine, supporting me, I put aside that past to write a future.
Release Sean. Okay.
More than a year has gone by since I finished writing Release Sean. I have a new daughter, who I hope will someday link to the age with me. And as I imagine Yisha meeting the Dunny, those brave men and women who are building a new life for themselves, I realize I've been given another chance as well. A chance to learn from my mistakes and leave the past behind me once and for all.
Fuck, is that not fucking epic?
Breathtaking, isn't it?
Oh? Oh! Also, I just realized, this is the aspect ratio that we are currently playing on. You remember nothing of this game? I remember very little.
We call it Tamana.
Oh, hi.
We moved here after Atrus finished writing Releation. He wanted us to have a new home too. I'm so glad to see you. I told Atrus our paths would cross again. He was just going to grab something for your trip to Releation, so he shouldn't be terribly long. Unless he decides to check over the whole house first, which means he could be hours resetting all his padlocks. But I know he was looking forward to introducing you to the Dunny, so he shouldn't be terribly long. Why don't you wait in his study?
Okay. Classic FMVs. God, I love Cyan. Okay, so we have full 360-degree ability to like look around. And I'm pretty sure it's yeah, it's click to move forward. So it's point and click, just like classic Myst.
I'm sorry, the other door.
Oh. Okay, I guess we can't go into this one now. Favorite game? Oh, absolutely. No, Cyan 100% is my favorite game development studio of all time. This was the desk Atrus was writing at, wasn't it? Yeah, here's the picture of the two brothers. I love how in the opening monologue, Atrus is like talking about past mistakes, and when he was saying that, it had a visual of the two brothers. So I'm definitely getting themes of like maybe potentially revisiting the past, potentially like trying to overcome past troubles, past trauma, past mistakes. Because like, so we are definitely somehow dealing with the brothers again, because it could possibly just be a reference to him, but like he was like talking about past mistakes, and he's talking about how he has a new daughter, which we saw Catherine holding the daughter, who I think's name is Isha, something like that. So still just a baby. So they have a new daughter, which means they have a third child now. Potentially Atrus is wanting to do right with her, like he didn't do right with the two brothers. Also talking about, as she said, we're currently waiting in his study, waiting for him to come back. to visit the Dunny in Releashon, which it seems like Releashon is a new age Atrus has written to new age he's written to like make a new home for the Dunny, and so like he's trying to make a home there with the other Dunny, and I guess he wants to introduce us to him because we're obviously friends from like all the help that we've given him in the past with both Myst trapping his brothers and then Riven helping him free Catherine and subdue Gen. So yeah, it's like the premise is definitely set up that this game is definitely seems like it's going to be about potentially overcoming past mistakes, which I'm very interested to see kind of what we're going to get into with that. One thing I want to do, oh, this is a cool painting. Like, that looks almost like potentially like some kind of like arc. And then, oh, like settlers like coming over somewhere. Potentially the Dunny settling somewhere. Oh, if I right click, it freeze frames and I can move the cursor around independently. Okay, good. That's good to know. Oh. Look like skeletons? Like steam, people are trapped below dying? What is this? I might do something similar what I did with Riven, where I increase the aspect ratio of the stream so it's full screen for y'all. What do y'all think? Do you think I should increase or like expand it so it's as full screen as it can get, or just leave it as it is? Because this is an older game that I am playing on modern equipment, so the aspect ratio is a little off. I don't think if I go to option graphics, yeah, this is like all the graphics settings. Turn up the contrast of your monitor as high as it will go. As it is? Okay, sounds good. Think it's good as is? Okay, awesome, awesome. Subtitles, English, game audio in English. Whoa, Netherlands. Italian, that's actually really cool. Subtitles on for sure. I should have checked that before we even started. I just love this. Turn the contrast of your monitor up as high as it will go. If you can't see the symbol within the black square above, then turn the brightness of your monitor up until the symbol becomes visible. It's literally just going through how to set the brightness. This is retro. It is very retro. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is like more of the settlers and like they're exploring caves. What wasn't Dunny originally set into a cave? So it's like this native showing the Dunny where they can settle or something. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of almost the same outfit that Gen was wearing in Riven. So is this a Dunny and then these are other people? Potentially. Got like, it's not Gen, but I'm like the Gen-esque figure, like showing people like a scripture potentially. Definitely settlers like setting up camp in a new land. The Gen figure kind of like studying a little bit, I guess, researching, potentially writing ages to like learn. There was stuff on this desk I want to look at. We're getting ahead of ourselves. What is this? A linking book with a broken panel. I cannot read what it says. Oh, that might be Riven? Is that Riven? Is that 5 on the cover? I think that might be Riven, actually. So yeah, definitely broken because as we know, Riven actually did self-destruct after we captured Gen and got all the people to safety. So Riven is no more an age. You're super busy yesterday. Actually, it was a busy day for me too, actually. Oh, here we go with the writing. Okay, I'm going to apologize in advance for any reading issues that may happen. I will do my best. Timon, thank you for responding so quickly to my request for Nera padlocks. As you know, security in Tamana has become an important issue of late. Perhaps I'm overreacting, as Catherine suggests, but the idea that someone may have been sneaking into my study, reading all of my journals, disturbs me. After what happened to the library on Myst, after my own sons, Cirrus and Akinar, destroyed so many of my books, I've come to realize how delicate the link is to my worlds. I've never been able to repair those burned books, the link to each age, to find out if the inhabitants survived. The padlocks won't change that situation, but they should ease my fear of trespassers considerably. Sincerely, Atrus. Okay, so definitely Atrus is having issues with trust and like fear of security, even in his own home. And Catherine definitely thinks he's being paranoid, but I mean, can you blame him with, like, again, like he says, with what happened on Myst, with his own brothers essentially betraying him, with his father betraying him? I don't particularly blame him for having trust issues. Just a bunch of materials and writing equipment, looks like. Ooh, some kind of crystal. Catherine and Ishan? Okay. So let's see what this is.
Well, my friend, I see you found the Rilishan book. Catherine tells me you've been here for some time. I'm sorry if I've kept you waiting. But since we'll be gone a few days, I needed to secure some of my things. And I also wanted to bring you this. It's a journal I kept while I was writing Rilishan. I thought you might find it interesting to read about what I'd hoped to achieve, compared to what the age truly is. Well, just let me get my keys to unlock Rilishan and we'll be off. Oh, and I'm interested in hearing what you've been up to in recent months. No! No!
Oh, that's the cover image. Wait. So someone just stole the new age for the Dunny? Seems like he had a reason to be paranoid. Exactly. Don't look at the window. Open the door. Oh, it's locked. It's locked. Okay. Okay, well, here goes the answer to my first question. Oh, God. If I just sit here long enough, will he see me and start, like, doing anything? Or he's just gonna keep walking back and forth? Yeah, here goes the answer to my first question. I was really curious what the actual plot of Myst 3 was going to be. Seems like the plot's going to be we need to return Rilishan to Atrus. Darn, followed by easily breakable glass. And wooden doors. Oh my. Also, like, I get the vibe of there's something more than just like petty theft. Like, whenever he blinked in, he threw something. Like there is like, oh, that might be a fire marble. That might be a fire marble, actually. He threw like a fire marble to cause damage. And so like, he didn't need to do that. All he needed to do was link in, break the glass, take the book, and link out. But he caused extra destruction. Which really makes me think like there's some sort of grudge or some sort of, this guy has some sort of issue with Atrus. Dude, listen to this eerie music. Oh my. Whoa. Okay. That's good. Okay, so we need to figure out how to get into this building. So this is Exile, I'm assuming. Is the island actually called Exile? So fun fact. I don't know where I learned this, but I remember I learned it somewhere. So on this, obviously this building is the cover image of the game. I found out that to actually make the cover image, they actually took this building and rotated 180 degrees. That way the front of the building was facing the front of the shot. So I thought that was some pretty interesting behind the scenes info. Oh man. Okay, so it looks like we got some tusks around the island. Honestly, very reminiscent of Riven, and especially like the wart tusks that are around. Looks like potentially 3 of them? 1, 2, 3. These are the telescopes. Do I know what to do with them? No, but I remember them because as you can see, they are very prominent around the island. There's several. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's one over there. 5. Whatever. So, yeah. Okay, so now we just need to start exploring and seeing what we can actually find around here. So this is where we spawned in, and we chased him directly up to, I'm assuming the front entrance of the tower. Okay. Let's go down and see what's down here. Oh, I can walk through the... Okay. Wait. Can't go that way, but I can go up. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's how we get... There's just a path through the water. That's unusual for games. This telescope is just black. I can turn them. Okay. Oh, they have different views. I think so that I missed a view. So that's okay, that's black. And then we have... Oh, you're looking at a yellow telescope. And then you're just looking out to the ocean. And you're black. So there's 3 sides, it seems like. So I bet you every telescope has 3 sides, potentially. I'm not sure what I still don't not sure what I need to do with them yet. This leads up to the yellow telescope. Oh, I forgot to see what the first one was. So what's this one? Okay, that one's black. That's looking at the red telescope. And that's looking at the rock. And then I'm assuming this is going to be black again? Yes. Don't want to know where those tusks came from? Oh, gosh. You can only imagine. I just realized the center building is actually a tusk, too. Look at that. I apologize if I start moving the mouse around too wildly. There's no mouse sensitivity, and so I'm trying to be cognizant and move it kind of slowly. Because fortunately for us, this is a slower paced game, which means I shouldn't have to have any sequences of intense panic running around trying to figure something out while I'm timed. That way, we can kind of just take our time and enjoy it. A door over there. What the heck? Bridge creaking? Ocean wind? Whistling rock? Lagoon? What? And what is this? I have no idea. Okay. We got plants that name sounds. That sound. That music's so good. What is this? Oh, hi. Hi, little guy. I can't do anything with him whenever he comes out. What is this? Look at you. Squee! They're called Squee! Oh, wait. I bet you I can maybe doing something with, where's the ladder? Here's the ladder. Maybe doing something with, wait, where's the, oh, it's down here. Maybe doing something with this, looking at the Squee? What? Wait, what? Oh, wait, that's, I can hear it right. Oh, so like oh, it's not, this amplifies sound. This plant amplifies sound and like directs it. So for some reason, like I'm assuming if I go here and go to bridge creaking, nothing happens. If I go to ocean wind, nothing happens. If I go to whistling rock, nothing happens. Lagoon water, nothing happens. So for some reason, the chirps of that Squee make the plants grow? You're a little magical thing, aren't you? Okay, so does that... Oh, that gives us a bridge over to this door. Oh, this is a very green room. Okay, so that middle thing's a button. Oh, This is a combination, so I need to learn a combination and then come back here. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so I need once I learn a combination, I'll be able to come back here. Is that that's a linking book? Oh, the tusks are where the linking books are. Oh, this is okay. Another question I had was how is the format for Myst III going to go? Is it going to be very Myst-like or is it going to be very Riven-like? Because in Myst, dude, why is the music so good? Jack Wall, you did such a good freaking job with the music. Oh my god, I literally get goosebumps with the music right now. Anyway, sorry, complete sidetrack. No, so in Myst, in the original Myst, it was very much a hub world with like sub worlds you link into and solve like the very individual puzzles for each world, and then whereas with Riven was like one big giant puzzle in itself with only like a few actual things, and you had to like piece together a whole bunch of data sets to actually solve the game. And so I was really wondering which route Myst 3 was going to take, and it definitely looks like it's taking a more Myst 1 approach with a hub world and then like sub-worlds with their own stories and stuff. So I'm very okay, so it looks like potentially we have the hub world and then we have 3 linking books to go to because we have there's 3 tusks around the island. Okay. The question is, how do we unlock the linking books? Because there was a combination in that one that I had to go across this bridge. I never actually want to cross this bridge. There's a combination that I need to solve in there. So we need to keep a lookout for the different combinations. God, the music's so good. It like gives the calm and the eerie vibe at the same time, and I am all for that. There's a theme I keep hearing too. Da, 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 da. That's a theme I keep hearing in the music. So we got some more telescopes. I'm assuming they're going to be the same, right? This one looks at the yellow. Looks at the green. So this one actually looks at 2 different telescopes. And then black. Okay. I can't get down off of this. Oh, wait, is it like back here? Somehow? Oh, right here. Okay. Okay, we can go up to this green telescope, which, oh, whoops, I forgot to look at the first one. Okay, looks at a blue. Looks at a rock face. And black. So it seems like every telescope has 3 perspectives. One of them always like blocked off or black, and the other 2 look out at to whatever the other one is facing. The blue, yeah, the blue one's over there. So wait. So if I look into it from this side, it should be looking at the red one? Yes. Okay. Okay, so there's not 3 perspectives to the telescope. There's a mirror on the inside reflecting the perspective to angle it. Gotcha. Okay. There's nothing else to do up here. Looks like that was literally, I could only come up here for the 2 telescopes. Okay. So let's go back down this ladder. Hi, Mr. Squee. Hi. You're so cute. I hope I get to see more of you. I hope you're not the last of your kind, because you are way too adorable to do that. Well, also, I love how the position of it is like behind these rocks, so they only have to animate it from one perspective. And or I guess is that animation or is that FMV? Because I mean, obviously it's not a real creature, but I can't tell if that was like. It still has kind of like the FMV feel to it. So they either did a really good animation job making it match their style, or they somehow made an FMV of like some kind of like 3D model or something. I don't know. I guess wouldn't an FMV of a 3D model just be an animation anyway? I think I'm looking way too much into this. Okay, and we got this grandiose door. Not quite as grandiose as again, but it serves the purpose. Well, this is claustrophobic. Okay, Panda, you have a good sleep. I appreciate you stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Wait. Oh, so that opened like a gate? Ooh. Okay. It suddenly got very... Okay. That's a Myst door if I've ever seen one. Actually, no, that's not a Myst door. Myst door is a door hidden behind another door. We'll go there in a second. Let's see what's out this other side. Looks like it's just another way into here. So I guess we could have come down either way. Yeah, looks like we could have come down either way and had access to in here. I want to... We'll come back in here and explore in a bit. I want to keep exploring the actual island itself before we go indoors. Because that looks like a very important place to be, and so we'll come back in there in a second. Let's finish exploring the island and seeing what we have at our disposal out here. That way when we get in there and probably start getting clues as to what we need to be doing, we can actually have kind of an idea as to what we should be doing. Oh, and here's the Whistling Rock. I love how it adds the subtitles to point out that it's important. I wonder if we're going to have to use those sounds for anything else. Or if that was the only puzzle for the sound stuff. If that was even really a... Would you classify that as a puzzle? I guess a minor one, maybe. What are you? This is the only two perspectives I can get from you. And I can't interact with you at all. So this is another Winking Book Tusk. Which has some kind of combination lock to open it, I'm assuming. It has something to do with you, but I can't interact with you, so I'm not sure... Huh. Well, we've gotten access to at least one of them. That one's kind of locked away until we get another combo lock. Wait, was this a telescope that's now damaged? Or it's gone? Not even just damaged, it's gone. That thing is gone. Interesting. What does that look? Wait, hold on. What is this? It's looking at whatever this is pointing at. So what is this pointing at? It's pointing that way. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's pointing that. So it's pointing at this. What is this? That looks similar to the thing by that tusk. Oh, what the heck? Oh. Oh, there's an O? Wait. Okay, good. We can't turn it both ways. So that makes a light. That puts a light through the telescope. And there's light coming out of the telescope. Okay, so we're going to be redirecting light with these telescopes. Gotcha. But where do we need to redirect it to? Obviously, that's not the right answer because you're just going. That's okay. Let me just hurt my eyes real quick. So if I rotate you like this, that'll make the light start coming out that side, which means you're pointing. Oh, we're bouncing it through telescopes. We're gonna bounce it through telescopes to get like a combination or something, probably. What happens if I put the black side facing the... Just no light. Okay. I'm about to blind myself for a second. Okay, so we'll just point this one facing at the blue, because this... I would think, based off the two directions we can point it, that would be the only logical way to point it, would be to the blue, because it's something of importance rather than just the open air. Okay. And then if we come to this blue one, it's pointing into the black side. So if we angle it, that's pointing to open air. You're pointing to the green one. So if we rotate it, you're now pointing, I can't see. You're now pointing, you're pointing to the green one. I think that's accurate. So then we need to go over to that green one and see where we can direct the green one to. So we got to go back around the island, which is fine because I think what we're going to do, or at least the plan I have now, is we're going to explore this last little tusk it's not really little, it's a pretty big tusk. We're going to explore this last leaking tusk, see if we can figure out how to get inside of it, and then we'll make our way back around over to the green telescope, see where we can point it at, and then we'll head back down and go into the bottom of that building, of the tower. Okay. Like a window? What is this? What in the world? What? Hello? Some kind of control over there? Okay. Well, this is definitely blocking the way. There was like a control over... Here's a ladder. High ladder. You're hidden. We got two controls. Oh. Oh? So we're gonna have to move this ball out of the way. And make it go backwards. So... Okay, so this one moves joints 1 and 3. This one moves joints 2 and 4? Yes. Okay, so to get... We can't push it into the door because the door's closed, so we gotta push it back, I'm assuming, like back behind the ladder. So if we do 1 and 3, that'll make the ball roll back down to the next joint. And then we do this one. So we just alternate the controls until it's behind the ladder. Okay. That was pretty easy. Why can't it go down? Oh! Okay. The ladder's not attached. So now we do this one. Okay, now the ladder is attached. Now we can actually go down. Eyeball. Oh. Well, that's a hole. There's the linking book. There's the combination console. Now we have the other problem of there's a giant hole. How do we get over there? It is very interesting. I'm like, Okay. Okay, let's head around. Let's head back around to that green telescope. Because I do want to try to get into the center building. Now that we kind of have an idea of like everything that's on the island. Because we have done a full 360 around the center tower. And looked at everything that I think is at our disposal. Where's the green? It's way over there. Oh, those are the two that are just kind of by themselves. That like are up there in a special little plateau all to themselves. Okay, what are you looking at now? Now you're going to the red one. So if I go to this red one, and where do I point you? So if I rotate you once, that's probably going to make you blind me, I think. Yep. Now rotate you a second time. Now you're going back to the yellow one. Okay. Okay. So this is the side that the light's coming in. You're going to a rock face, which is obviously not the right answer for this one. This is now going to the purple one, which is over here. We're just going to go like in a big reverse circle around this, aren't we? And then you are aiming out to the water, so we got to rotate you around. Now you're pointing at the red one. Aiming at the water. Oh, you're aiming at the tusk. Oh. Oh, can I open that tusk now? That's what that thing I couldn't interact with was. It's a light receptacle. How do I get up there again? Like this? Oh, wow. Look at you making... Oh. Oh. Oh, so this is a color combination. So I had to input the colors in the right order? Oh, wait. So is... Oh. I see how to open this. Okay, so we gotta go and, the order that we did, the order that the light's going through the telescope. So I'm pretty sure it starts with a yellow, then goes to a green, to a red, to a yellow, to a purple, to a red. Wait, no, yellow, blue, green. So it's yellow, blue, green, red. No, I screwed up. Damn it. Yellow, blue, green, red, yellow, purple, red? No. Okay, I need to rethink this. I thought I had that. Dang it. Okay. Let's go down to the center building and see... Yeah, okay, I called it center building tusk. It actually is part of the tusk. So this is like the lower entrance, I'm assuming, and we're going to have to work our way up the tower. Okay, let's see what's behind the crazy door. Well, this is actually kind of cozy. You can almost hear like the beating of a heart. Just very faintly. Why are your eyes removed? That's not creepy. Oh, you have a fly. Is that Venus flytrap? What is going on here? Oh. Some kind of magnet rocks? Wait. I can either do the magnet rocks or I can do like the plant tentacle? Fly, you had... Okay. You deserve to die after that. What is... So is this not one of those fire marbles, except this one's blue? We got 4 wooden balls to 1 crystal wall? Oh, and this is a scale. Yeah, so 4 wooden equal 1 crystal. That's a clue. That has to be a clue. What is... Oh, this is interesting. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna hold off on a second while ads going. But I really am actually very intrigued by this. Because this almost looks like someone's trying to show that, like, lives are not created equal. Like, these two people are, like, the same weight as this guy, essentially, in whatever they're valuing, whether that be wealth, ability, power, like, whatever, whatever they're measuring is. Like, obviously people are not equal. However, what's also being very interesting is we notice the fulcrum for the waypoint is not equal either. So It's like showing that like someone's viewpoint is flawed, potentially. Huh. That's very interesting. I wonder if that's actually what this is showing. Because obviously if this thing was actually the fulcrum point was actually in the center, these two guys would be being weighed down because they changed the center point. They changed the fulcrum of the balance. It keeps the balance because of how physics work. It makes it almost seem like someone who hasn't had the proper education is like trying to make a point of showing that like all lives are not created equal, which I think is very interesting. Huh. I just realized we have Atrus's journal down here. We haven't even read that. Dude, this game just went like 100 miles an hour right off the gate that I completely forgot we have to read this journal from that Atrus got us. So that's gonna be the first thing we do whenever the ad breaks down at 40 seconds. uh Dude, oh my gosh. I cannot wait to start figuring out what's actually going on here. And who this guy is that's just stole Relishan, why he very obviously does not like Atrus so much. It seems it definitely seems like this is 100% more than just some petty theft that happened. And then potentially with stuff like this too, like as we see, like there's like a whole that almost looks like like the SpongeBob house a little bit. um But yeah, like this looks like some kind of like laboratory for him where he's trying things out potentially. Okay, so let's read Atrus's journal. I always feared this day would come. For years, Catherine and I have dreamed of restoring Dunny. We have dedicated our lives to the task, taking it upon ourselves to locate the citizens of Dunny and convince them to return to their ruined city and rebuild. Hey, Moonlight, how you doing? Good to see you in here. There's so much stuff with there's so much stuff with hidden meaning in this game, which you only really notice when you're playing a second time, or sometimes only after playing the other games in the series. Oh my gosh. Okay. Like I'm excited. I cannot wait to start actually delving into this story. Hi. Um our dream has become the dream of so many now, and the progress we have made towards achieving it is something of which we can stand proud. But I know that it has been a mistake. The city of Dunny should not be restored, it should stand forever in ruins, as both a symbol of our past mistakes and a memorial to all who lost their lives when Dunny fell. The devastating events of recent the devastating events of recent months, the war on Terranese, and the death of Uda, in particular, have driven this truth home to me quite forcefully. If we rebuild the city walls today, are we not giving approval to the very illness that destroyed our civilization in the first place? Are we not setting ourselves up to repeat that pattern again in future generations? I've put much thought into this tonight, and I have found only one solution. If we, the men and women who survived the downfall of Dunny, are to thrive, then we must break the pattern of hatred which has destroyed so many lives. We must begin our civilization anew, and we can only do that if I write us a new age. I have spoken with Catherine about this, and she agrees. I only hope the others will see it as well. Definitely getting into writing past mistakes and overcoming trauma in the past, and a lot of like he even said like if we do the exact same over if we do the exact same thing again, let's just stop the exact same thing from happening. We have to take what we know and make changes to it for the better. Like, and that's how everything happens. Like As sad as it is, everything does come to an end eventually, but it doesn't necessarily come into an end in the way that you think it does. You can always iterate on it and change it. And within change comes the end and the beginning of many things, the end of old things and the beginning of new things. So this isn't the end of Dunny. This is just in the middle of change, in the middle of a new beginning. Will these people never cease to amaze me? I thought they would object to my decision. After all, most of them linked back to Dunny specifically to see the city rebuilt. But when I told them why we should not restore it, their response was immediate and unanimous. Whereas yesterday, they thought only of rebuilding. Today, they congregate solely on, or they concentrate solely on salvage. They intend to take from their ruined city only that which is the best and move on. Everywhere I look, the enthusiasm for this new task is obvious. It heartens me even as I face my own monumental contribution. I have written many ages in my lifetime, from my first timid attempts under the tyrannical tutelage of my father, again, to my most recent accomplishments. Averone? 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 Never before. Is that the name of his most recent accomplishment? Age, I guess, before release on? Never before has so much been writing on my skill. The age I am about to write must be all I ever imagined and more. How am I going to achieve it? Catherine laughed this morning when she saw me drudging out my old notebooks. I must have made quite the picture, sitting near the embers of a fire, surrounded by countless commentaries and journals. Some of them seemed more dust than paper. But the hours I spent shifting through them was worth it. That does sound quite cozy, actually. Ooh, what's this picture? What is this picture of, actually? I do have my trusty notebook and pen with me because, as things get kind of crazier, start writing things down so we can keep track of it. Um there is no built-in screenshot for this game, as is with some of the newer titles from Cyan. So we do have to, if we want to take notes, it has to be completely manual, which I am not opposed to. I do love manual note taking. I was kind of spoiled with the Riven remake and being able to literally write notes in the screenshots I take. Ideas for what this new age might be are tumbling around my head. There are almost too many to catch hold of. Bunch of like floating islands. Oh, are these pictures of what he wants Releashon to be? Interesting. Or potentially what they are of now. He left space to like draw pictures after the fact. Obviously, I must choose some starting point as my anchor. Writing ages as a science, a precisely structured evocation of words. Every equation needs its foundation on an underlying concept around which the age can develop. In the past, I have written my books around whatever idea intrigued me the most at the time. I wanted to discover how the age to which the book linked would manifest the results of that idea. Sometimes civilizations had arisen, sometimes they had not. But whether a society had come to exist on the age or not, it was often in response to whatever concept the book I had written embodied. This time, my search for a concept must be weighed very carefully. I already have the civilization I wish to see develop. I know our history as a people and the paths we have followed to arrive here. Today, I must write a book which will link to an age that will allow us to continue on our way, growing ever stronger as one people. What underlying concept must this new age reflect that will best allow our civilization to thrive? I fear I must think on this some more. Whew. It has taken me some time, but I may have found my anchor. It came to me as I was considering what I know about the survivors of Dunny. We have seen so much tragedy in our lives, from the destruction of the city to the suffering and loss of our loved ones due to plague and deprivation. Yet even in the most of these adversities, my kinsmen and I have found the strength to keep going. We have tapped into our individual strengths and transformed ourselves into something much stronger. It is a characteristic I have seen in several of my ages, whenever I focused my writing on the inherent energy sources in a world. Long ago, grandmother taught me that no life, no possibility, for life in an age exists without the presence of energy. By tapping into that latent energy. By tapping into its latent energy sources, an age moves out of stasis. It grows, transforms, develops. Energy is the underlying fuel that powers all activity. To put it more simply, energy powers future motion. It, as Grandmother also liked to remind me, energy in an age takes on diverse forms. Each one has strengths and weaknesses of its own. How many forms will this new age contain? What type will its which type will its dominant which type will be its dominant theme? Sorry, I was missing B there. Tomorrow I will link back to Myst, and from there revisit several of my ages. Perhaps in my old world I will discover new ideas. I had almost forgotten how painful it is to revisit Myst. In the 10 years since my sons Cirrus and Akinar left me, trapped on Kavir Island, turned and burned so many of my books, Catherine and I have rarely linked back. I told myself we were always too busy. First with writing ages like Everone, then was searching the ages of Dunny for survivors. I always said we would spend more time on Myst eventually. The truth is, I have been avoiding the age. Seeing the island in its current condition ignites such anger and grief. I am immediately reminded of the betrayal of my sons, as well as the cruelty and greed with which they plundered my ages. I know I am partly responsible for these acts. I constantly wonder if there was something I could have done to reach out to the boys before. Enough! Nothing can change the tragedies of my past, or of the past. Like my Dunny kinsman, I must salvage what is best and move on. Perhaps in the process, I will find forgiveness and hope. Once again, I am back on Myst Island, having completed a lengthy sojourn through several of my ages. The trip itself was not as inspiring as I had hoped. The Selnetic age was especially disturbing. Really? Makes me wonder what happened to the Selnetic age, actually. But has it not always been so? I love the Selnetic age. It's my favorite age of the original Myst. What? The very first time I linked to the age, its uninhabited landscape was shaking with tremors. At the time, I felt it was because the energy in the age was unfocused, as if it were at war with itself. Stability finally came, but even after it did, I never truly felt comfortable there. I missed the more natural balance of ages like Channelwood, and proceeds to list what I said was my least favorite age of Myst. Okay, Atrus, I think our idea of ages or our preference for ages differ slightly. Perhaps that is the lesson to take home with me. The Dunny too have faced much turmoil in their history. Their lives have been unsettled enough. Perhaps I should be striving to offset the energy that already exists within our civilization by providing it with a more stabilized environment in which to grow. An environment in which the natural equilibrium of the world serves as a counterpart to the upheavals of civilization. The more I consider it, the more I wonder if I should make nature the foundation of this new age. Worlds like Channelwood attain equilibrium quite easily, primarily because of one reason. Nature encourages mutual dependence. There's a couple of these important phrases right here. Like I think it was like something powers future motion, nature encourages mutual dependence. As one life withers and dies, it provides nourishment so that another might live. Plants become food for other animals, and the waste products animals cannot absorb become nutrients to sustain the other plants. So long as nothing intrudes to upset this balance, nature can maintain itself indefinitely. An interesting metaphor to set as an example for my people. I think I will confer with Catherine on this subject. Her ages always exhibit symbiosis more dramatically than mine. Perhaps she should help me write this new age. I am so tired. I can barely think right now, but I will force myself to stay focused, for I have not written anything in days. The moment I linked back to Dunny, I was besieged with requests for my assistance. Master Timon, that's the same guy that he wrote to about the padlocks back in his office study. Master Timon wanted to consult over which stonecutters were worth salvaging. And did I think the rock in this new age would be difficult to sand? Oma and Easel needed my opinion about a new history they had uncovered. Should they hold off on starting its translation, or would paper supplies be scarce in the new age? There were so many questions needing answers, I barely had time to see Catherine. She, of course, laughed at my dilemma, saying that I had no one to blame but myself. After all, I was the one who encouraged Dunning to start over. Naturally, they would look to me to keep them moving in the right direction. Unless some other force stepped in to change that view, her words made me realize a fundamental principle I had thus far been ignoring. All this time, I have been deliberating whether to make energy or nature the underlying framework for this age, but there is another equation to consider. An age based solely on the future motion of energy will face constant upheavals, most likely at the cost of tranquility. An age based solely on the mutual dependence of nature can become so balanced over time it may cease to tolerate change. Yet to continue to grow as a people, Dunny civilization needs both occasional upheavals followed by periods of balanced stability. I have seen such situations occur naturally on several of my ages. Each time it was because I centered the writing around some dynamic force that I had decided to make prevalent in the age. Such forces allow the balance between forward motion and mutual dependence to fluctuate. As one concept takes precedence, the other recedes until another force surfaces to change things. As Catherine's insightful comment reminded me, dynamic forces spur change. I am too tired to think more on this tonight. Hopefully, in the morning, my thoughts will coalesce. Coalesce? Coalesce? I only know how to pronounce that. Interesting. Yeah, so he's definitely, yeah, the balance is a balance between stability and change. That makes sense. Catherine surprised me today. Apparently, while I was off visiting my ages, she linked to Myst by herself. She did not say so, but I could tell that her visit had been painful. More than ever now, I am convinced we must find a place to begin again ourselves. Perhaps when I have written this new age for the Dunny, I will put some thought into where Catherine and I might live. I cannot believe I did not see it before. All this time, I have been struggling to describe the perfect age for Dunning. I have considered and then rejected several underlying concepts which I felt might best set the course for their future, as if I alone should determine how Dunning civilization will grow. In my own way, I have become as egotistical as my father. In truth, I owe this realization to Catherine. Seeing my indecision about New Age, she led me on a walk around Dunning. Salvaging efforts were well underway, with teams of people scourging the ruined harbor district as I watched my Dunny kinsmen deciding which parts of their culture to retain. I realized they do not need me to determine their future. They are quite capable of setting its course by themselves, regardless of what age I write. This realization has opened my eyes to the best way of approaching my task. I no longer need to worry about which underlying concept, energy, nature, or dynamic forces I should make prevalent in the age. Rather, I must strive to include them all. I must write a balance of systems into the scripted book, enough so that the Dunny people will constantly be challenged to attain their ultimate potential. As grandmother often pointed out to me when we spoke about the ages back on Myst, balanced systems stimulate civilizations. At last, I feel I am ready to begin writing this age. Indeed, I am eager to begin, and I have already come up with the perfect name. I know grandmother would have loved it. Of course, Catherine could tell the moment I turned to her that I had finally found my starting point. I babbled on excitedly for some time before I noticed the smile she was hiding. When I saw it enough to grow suspicious, she handed me one of my oldest age books. She must have picked it up when she linked back to Myst. Seeing the name, Jnanen, emblazoned on the book cover, I could only shake my head. The one age I never got around to revisiting was the one that might have helped me the most. How foolish was I to have completely forgotten it? I think after I have finished this work, I should take one final trip, if only to help restore an old fool's memories. And that's the end. Oh. Okay. Very interesting. Going into a lot of detail about how he bases the age and how he starts writing on a concept, and then how to make it a very dynamic, changey age or a very balanced age, and finding a balance between them. Go ahead and save. Oh, to mana? Winter. I'm just gonna save this winter. Sure. Resume. How do I... Oh, like that. Okay. Ooh. Thank you for the exposition, Atrus. Okay, so that's how he started writing Release on.